stop a running football team, one of the things you would like to do is get inside and blitz, take away all the gaps and stack it up inside and force the running backs out wide. So Walker's going to be the guy carrying the load, and I would think that the Cardinals are going to be the ones blitzing.
That was the first time with all the problems the Cardinals have had with their kickers that they had a guy kicking 3 field goals in one game since 1982. Kelvin Martin on the return. Trying to go wide, and he doesn't get to the 20-yard line. So with all of the kickers the Cardinals have had to suffer through and with, Del Greco becomes the first kicker in 5 years to make 3 field goals in a game. 21-16 Dallas, 5:23 remaining. And you know, as Terry, you've got to feel that, you mentioned Herschel Walker, whether it's through the air, on the ground, he was the big bulwark the last time they scored.
Well, he was running the football and he made the long catch. And I would think that there's nothing fancy here. I believe Walker would be the man that the Cowboys are just going to turn around and give the ball to.
Here goes Walker. And he loses a yard on the play. That was Lonnie Young, the fierce hitter, who was quite a find as a 12th round draft pick a couple of years ago.
Strung out the blockers of the Cowboys. The Cardinals did, forcing Walker to dip in, dip out, dip in, dip out, and then finally free safety Young comes up and makes the stop. Walker's more effective when he can go straight ahead, hit people, hit the holes, and then turn the speed on.
Walker has gained 132 yards today. The time becoming important. Second down and 11 on the 18 for Dallas. To Walker, and Walker can't get away from Cedric Mack, and he picks up just 3 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Seems like everything's designed for Herschel, doesn't it? Throw it to Herschel, let Herschel run it. The imagination of the offense just isn't there. There's Mike Renfro on the outside. That's a pretty good receiver, and Kelvin Edwards, another pretty good receiver in Barksdale. And what about Doug Cosby at tight end? We haven't called his name all day. You know, it just seems everything is focused around 34. That's not all bad, but in cases like this, you need to spread it out.
3rd down, 7. Cardinal defense digging in. Here comes the blitz, and Pelur's pass is nearly caught by Rod Barksdale. He got behind the defense, Lonnie Young, and if he had held on to that high pass, he would have been gone. But it's 4th down, the Cardinals hold, and Dallas will have to punt.
Blitzing is gambling. I don't have to say it. There it is. 45, the strong safety. Blitzing, this time it's effective as he gets inside, along with Steve Alford, the tackle, to disrupt the pass of Pelur.
4th down, and Saxon will kick with 3:49 remaining. Sikahema, who's dangerous, is deep for the Cardinals. End over end, and Sikahema will run this one into Dallas territory and tripped up. He was tripped up, otherwise he would have gotten more. And the crowd, Ron Burton made the stop. Crowd booing. Cowboys, though, have held the upper hand. All but the opening field goal of this game, and now it comes down to this.
Look where they're getting the ball, 38-yard line. That's why Sikahema is going to the Pro Bowl. That type of field position in a critical game, when a crucial drive is coming up, is very important. Field position.
1st and 10 Cardinals on the Cowboy 39. They need a touchdown to win. Anything less won't do. Ron Wolfley out of the backfield, and a pickup of nearly 9 on the play, and the stop by Jeff Rohrer. That's the experience of Lomax, who knew he could wait to get rid of that ball.
That's the confidence of Lomax and Louis Sharp, Todd Peed, and Derek Kennard, the center, Smith and Robbins. The offensive line has done an outstanding job today of giving Lomax the opportunity to go 1st, 2nd, 3rd receiver, and in some cases back to the 1st one again.
Indianapolis wins and captures the AFC Eastern Division. And the playoff teams start to fill out. 2nd and 2. Cardinals hope they're one of them. On the 31 of Dallas. Lomax pumps once. He's going for Novacek. double covered by Michael Downs and Vince Albritton, and that will bring up third down and short. Final score, the New Orleans Saints trailing early, beat Green Bay. So now the burden is on the 49ers, who play the Rams tonight. If the 49ers win, they will win the NFC West, and New Orleans is the wild card. But if the 49ers are beaten by the Rams, that means the Saints are the NFC Western champions, and the 49ers are the wild card entry.
If the Saints win the NFC West, they would be my team to go to the Super Bowl. I think they'll be impossible to beat the Super Bowl.
They're playing better than anyone. Third and 2 Cardinals. Stop Mitchell. First down and more inside the 25. And now the clock becoming a factor with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. St. Louis with 2 timeouts left.
Cowboys are showing so much respect, Dick, for the receiving core of the Cardinals that they have not blitzed yet. They sent Victor Scott a couple of times in the first quarter, got burned, and they have since to blitz a safety, thus allowing Lomax plenty of time to sit back and try to find receivers.
First down, Cardinals on the Cowboy 23. Here's Mitchell. And Mitchell gets a yard, and that's all. Jeff Rora on the stop, and now we'll have our 2-minute warning. The Cardinals are threatening, but they need a touchdown to win. It's 21-16. Minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and the crowd of 36,788, the smallest crowd to see the Cowboys play in Dallas since December 13th, 1964, when they played at the Cotton Bowl. And they're here to see whether the Cowboys can stop the Cardinals from going to the playoffs. Cardinals have a second down and 9 at the 22-yard line of Dallas. They need a touchdown, trailing by 5. And here they come.
Historically, this has been a blitzing situation for the Cowboys.
Lomax pitches to Mitchell. Downs is back there, and there goes the throw, and it's nearly picked off by Victor Scott. An ill-conceived play by the Cardinals that could have wound up in disaster, and a penalty marker is down and around the line of scrimmage.
I don't believe that was a pass-run option, Dick.
Number 67 on the offense, illegally downfield.
Louis Sharp, the left tackle, illegally downfield, and that's the loss of down, too.
Loss of down, and that's the point I was going to make. I don't believe this was to be a pass. I believe this is a run, and what happens is Stump Mitchell gets cornered and thinks, well, then save a little time. I'll throw the ball away and save this yardage, but it cost his team.
Interception would have broken the Cardinals back. As it is, they're penalized back. Ball is on the 22 right now, and they confer with the Cowboys. The Cardinal bench, boy, they're going to be really dry in the mouth on that sideline. They came in all pumped up, and now they're going to have to really scratch to pull out a playoff berth. Otherwise, it's the Vikings.
That play's costly in the fact that it cost them not only a loss of down, but the yardage. Look at this, all the way back now.
Look at them. They're biting their fingernails, chewing gum, looking up at the board. Second down and 19 for the Cardinals on the Cowboy 32. A tough loss of yardage, you're right, on that penalty. Now they're going to regroup and huddle up again. Not sure what this delay is all about, Terry.
Could be the placing of the football, Dick.
Tom Landry looking to knock out the Cardinals.
See, if this was a loss of down, the penalty where you had a first down, you lose a second down. So it should be third down instead of second down. As it stands, the way it looks, it's just second down, no loss of down.
You're right. There has to be a loss of down on an illegal receiver downfield. is no loss of down on the legal lineman downfield.
To the right, second down.
That's a break for the Cardinals. They got 3 downs now to get 19 yards. Ball gets away from Lomax. Jones is chasing him. And he fires upfield to J.T. Smith, incomplete. It was Mike Ruther, the center, on the spread formation, who centered the ball past Neil Lomax.
Mike Ruther in place of Derek Kennard. The snap is way over Lomax's head. No way he could have gotten to that ball, but now Lomax does an outstanding job of picking the ball up, and instead of getting sacked for probably a 30-yard loss, is able to get out and try to make something happen. The ball could have been intercepted, but still a good effort by Lomax.
He was alert enough to avoid the loss, but it is still third down now and 19.
This is it. This is what this season is all about for the Cardinals. They cannot afford another snap over their head, and Lomax and Ruther have to be thinking about that. Lomax says under the center.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take any chances now. Third and 19. Lomax, sack. Jim Jeffcoat back to the 40-yard line, and the crowd here, maybe the smallest in 23 years, but they're on their feet. A loss of 8 yards, and the Vikings, who are watching this game in the Twin Cities, are about ready to get into the playoffs. Not the way they envisioned, but they'll take it. It is fourth down and 27, and the Cardinals have called a timeout. They have one left. They need 27 yards to keep the rally going.
Last year we saw the New York Giants with a 3rd and 19 against the Vikings. Sims completes a 21-yarder. And that play, that one single play, may have catapulted the New York Giants on to the Super Bowl and eventually the winner. Today, it would take a miracle, but I believe that this team might be the team that can do it.
Stump Mitchell, who is close to 100 yards, but none of these numbers mean anything. Lomax, 54 attempts, a new record in passing. The Cardinals, who have won 5 of 7, elated. They erupted when the Vikings lost to the Redskins yesterday in their hotel floor, and today they knew that a victory would put them over the top, but it's been a rough one. And the only lead they had was 3-0 in the first quarter on a Del Greco field goal. And now it is fourth down and 27 back on the 40.
4th and 27, and J.T. Smith is out of the ball game. He's not in there.
Crowd is wild. Lomax going up top. Roy Green is there. And it's knocked away, incomplete by Manny Hendricks. Take over on downs with 1:17 to go. Cardinals got as close as the 22-yard line of the Cowboys, and then things just disintegrated for them. St. Louis still with one timeout remaining, and they'll have to use it immediately. Herschel Walker carries it to the 45. Use up their last timeout. How frustrating. And they had their destiny in their own hands. And what a story the Cardinals were trying to create in a team in disarray because of their future home and lack of support in St. Louis. No one one kind of respected him or looked out for them all season long. No one talked about the Cardinals as a possible playoff contender. And then with about 3 weeks ago, it looked as if the Cardinals had the best chance of those teams outside of New Orleans and Minnesota to get into the playoffs. They needed help, and they got it. Green Bay beat Minnesota 2 weeks ago. The Redskins did it yesterday, and the Cardinals kept winning. But this was the game they needed today, and right now, it looks like the sand is going out of that hourglass in a hurry. And what did Tom Landry say? I'll feel bad about beating Gene Stallings, but that'll go away in a hurry.
That's what he said. It won't go away in a hurry for Gene Stallings because he realizes unless a miracle happens now, that these Cardinals, who had their own destiny, the playoff hopes in their hands, are going to see that go to the wayside as the Cowboys are going to now attempt to go ahead and run the clock out.
Want to remind you, coming up next, it'll be the Bears and the Raiders on CBS. Bears looking to have a home field advantage for one of their divisional playoff games. And tonight on CBS starts with 60 Minutes. If you think your dentist is taking a big bite out of your pocketbook, watch 60 Minutes tonight on CBS. Following 60 Minutes, it's Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury, followed by the CBS Sunday movie A Hazard of Hearts, starring Diana Rigg. That's all coming up tonight here on CBS. For the Minnesota Vikings, it'll be either New Orleans or San Francisco on the road in the wild card game next week. Neil Lomax had a great year personally, but for the Cardinals, it came to an end today. That's it. The Minnesota Vikings make the playoffs for